this is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest, and thank you for all of my newer subs and all my existing subs. Thank you as well. You guys are the greatest. But if you haven't and you're watching this video, please go below the screen, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification with the all bell, and hit the like, or even if you dislike what I'm about to say, because I dislike what I see on the screen here. This was actually originally stated by a black man, because what I'm starting to feel that we're in the business of just tearing down and just trashing black men. It seems to be working. You know, it seems to be a big, Steve Harvey, proved it. Steve Harvey proved it, that a black man can go out there and talk about what black men need to do and act like all women are just as pure and innocent as the driven snow. Now, I'm not saying this as a misogynist. I'm saying this is more of a guy that wants a fair and level playing field. You can't sit up there and say a bunch of negative shit about people and not expect a response. So everything that I say negative about a person, I do expect a response. But my thing is just focus on me. Don't drag anyone else in my life into it. Especially when y'all say something like, well, you got a black mother, you got a black sister. And then my response is, number one, they're disappointed in you too. Number two, they're not on social media trashing black men all the time.
Damn!
You know why? Because we're normal people. We're normal people. We're not trying to save face for a bunch of people that has been acting up and embarrassing themselves in the name of being black. Y'all are the ones, and I mean, when I say y'all, I'm saying like a large majority of black people that did accept, instead of celebrating accomplishment, y'all celebrate ratchetness and fuckery. It's like, it's easy to attract any kind of following always saying negative shit, and this little Facebook post right here proves it. Let me read it. Black men treat black women the same way white people treat black people.
Bullshit!
Yes, that's bullshit. It is garbage. It's like, these are the same people that claim that they want black people to get together and to unify, let me give you an example, against Trump. We gotta unify against Trump. Like, first, as black people, we gotta unify. I mean, I don't believe in carrying on the gender war and, black man versus black woman. No, it really isn't a gender war like that. It's one thought process versus another thought process, because there are black men and black women on both sides, so it's not fair to say it's a gender war. It's not fair to put it on just black men. It's not fair to put it on just black women. But the problem with things like this is you will have a large majority of black women agreeing with this. Now, does that say something about black men? Yes, it does say something about black men, but it doesn't say what you think. It says that a large majority of black men love pussy enough to indignify themselves to accept garbage like this. Yeah, black men do. They're not the black men that do it, but yeah, black men do this. No, here's the thing. People like me, because they'll say it about people like me, let's be brutally honest here. People like me are always going to say shit like this is garbage. Because number one, let me throw this out here. You got too many blue pill simps and moist dudes out here claiming they're supporting black women, but and loving black women, but it's disingenuous. My favorite two words as of late, virtue signaling. They say that you don't argue with strangers on social media, and I do agree with that. But I'm not going to let strangers disrespect me either. I'm going to treat you like a stranger. I'm going to stick a verbal foot in your ass, and I'm going to send you on your way. You can choose to pursue it further or not. But if you come at me, you pay the price for coming at me. And that's what a lot of sensible, critical thinking people do. Black people have this logic, like, I can say it, but if you're triggered by it, it must be true or you're being too sensitive. Instead of me just being a dumbass A person that is just being antagonistic. Antagonistic people say stuff like that. They poke at you, then you play victim. And I'm sorry, with the evidence out there, there's really a lot of black people that do that to black men. Not playing victim, just saying that I'm the one of the ones that's going to fight back. I'm going to push back on shit like that. Because at the end of the day, it's divisive and it solves nothing. If I were to say black women treat black men the same way white people treat black people, I mean, I can show you quite a few posts and quite a few news articles that will be a testament to that. But people say stuff like this with no evidence. They'll say hit dogs will holler. It's like, when we simply ask stuff like, well, why are you saying this? Can you back this up with some evidence? Do we shut you out of opportunities? Do we systemically make it hard for you? Do we oppress you? Yeah, that oppression word that comes up all the time. They're trying to make us submit. The submission argument in these spaces is some of the dumbest talking points that I've ever seen. If a black woman says, I'm not going to submit to you, number one, why are you making submission an issue? Number two, you can step the fuck off. I don't have to deal with you. That's human choice right there. Don't negotiate your respect. Do not ever do that. Because when you put yourself in a position to negotiate your respect, it won't stop. Never accept anything like this as a black man, period. When you say stuff like black men treat black women the same way, no, we don't. That is not ever the case. Ever. This is, and then I know why they're saying it, because somebody on Facebook said something, some celebrity said, some colorist celebrity said something, or is this another black woman telling a black man that, oh, they just be bashing us online, and black men hate, these self-haters, oh my God, they hate their mother, and a large majority of black men is like this. I'm sitting there, I listen to YouTube panels, I see Facebook, Instagram posts with a bunch of black men not only calling themselves standing up for black women, but shitting on black men. But guess what? Every time those black women say that, they get the support from the black men. Or, you know, a black man will make a post, and then you get all these black women, oh, thank you, we're the ones that get it going. But guess what? When those same black women make their next social media post, they forget all about you, bro. I'm just a bitch ass nigga. You don't exist in those posts. There aren't black men that stand up for black women in those cases. It's just black men hate black women. Black men hate their black mom. Okay, let me put it to you out like this. If you're not married to my dad for over 50 years, I mean, for real, and responsible for the birth of not only myself, but my brothers and my sister.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Then you're not in it. You're not in that circle. You don't get a pass for your disrespect. I'm sorry. Even if you're a female, we're taught so many things about how to treat females. Men are basically taught to cater to female feelings. And I think we've done a great job with that.
Oh, it's true! It's damn true!
In fact, I wanted to go as far as to say black men bashing black women on social media is not a real problem. And I mean, like, people are going to disagree with that, but I don't give an F. I don't. Because it's like this, I see too many things on the other side that says otherwise. I see too many brothers trying to prove themselves by shitting on black men. You you always have rolled with this whole black fathers aren't their narrative. You know, every time I try to throw in a point like, hey, you know, you gotta understand that a lot of situations weren't arranged homes. They weren't marriages. They weren't partnerships. They weren't relationships. They weren't living arrangements. They were spontaneous acts. You know, you gotta figure those in, and there are too many spontaneous acts. That's why there's so many single mothers out here. There was a lot of guys that didn't want to have a child at that time. And when too many of those cases happen. But the narrative is the father left the home. That's ridiculous to say in 2020. Just like this bullshit on the screen is ridiculous to say. Black men, honestly. If you're sitting up there standing up for black women, why do you put up with stuff like this? Because one or two guys, then that means that you are just as sensitive and just as triggered as the rest of them. Black men, sensible, critical thinking black men, you don't have to put up with stuff like this. Silence doesn't mean that you're more of a man. Just debate it. Sometimes. Like, share, subscribe, and can we trust? Goodbye.